One thing to pay attention to on these tracks is the isolation that Bruce Swittian is getting on the hi-hat, on the kick drum. Now on the snare track, you're not getting much isolation, but I'm pretty sure this is a bounce down of the overheads, the snare top, and snare bottom. One of the great things about Bruce Swittian was that he built pieces, he built boxes and blankets to isolate the kick drum, to isolate the snare drum. I don't have that, so I had to rely on gates, mic placement, and EQ, and transient designer plugins. Now on all of the drums, I'm using this Oxford drum gate, and it has some really cool parameters. It has multiple thresholds, and I can mess with the decay to really fine tune how much I want the gate to react to the drum and how much isolation I want. I'm using this DS10 drum shaper. It's a transient designer. If I bypass this, it's not doing a lot, but it's just giving me a bit more tightness. It's adding a bit more attack to the drum. And I'm using EQ to carve the type of sound that I want from this kick drum. If you remember from the original record kick, there's not a lot of low end. So I'm rolling off as much low end as I can while still keeping a kick drum sound, adding around 5 dB at 800 and about 7 dB at 5K to give me more attack, more of the click sound out of the kick drum. Two things that makes the Billie Jean drum sound special. It's the snare drum and it's the reverb. Now, I don't know what kind of snare they used on this record. I don't know how he played it. I don't know how hard he was hitting it, but there's a unique quality about the snare drum that from my ears, it sounds like they had a nice blend of snare bottom and snare top. With and without EQ, this is without. This is with. I'm really trying to get that honkiness out of the drum. I'm really trying to take some of that crack out of the drum as well. And just like the kick drum, there's not a lot of low end, so I'm rolling off everything under 115. And the drum shaper is doing a good amount of work with. While doing some research on Bruce Swittian, I found this article that talked about types of reverbs that he used on his vocals, the type of reverbs that he used on drums. The reverbs that kept coming up is this AMS RMX16. On drums, he uses a 100 millisecond pre-delay, but because I didn't set the tempo of the song in the project, I had to adjust the pre-delay to get more of the sound that I desired. So he's using the ambient setting. I'm using 130 millisecond pre-delay, but Bruce Swittian used 100 millisecond pre-delay. The reason why the pre-delay is so important is because it allows the drums to speak first. They hit your ear first, then you hear the reverb.